can't know anything without truly knowing it. So, you know, if I can't really know something without truly knowing it, then I guess the world could be flat. Who knows? I'd have to go outside the atmosphere and take a look for myself. I mean, it does seem strange that I can go in one direction with the entire circumference of the planet and end up where I started. That means to me that it must be round. But that logic, I guess, doesn't make sense to other people, and I actually haven't done this personally. So I would have to do this and find out for sure. And then I would have to like bring a compass with me and make sure we kept our bearing the whole time. Like, alright, this motherfucker, he's doing southwest right now. Wait a minute. Is he ever gonna go east? Oh, he turned back east. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute, mister. You're fucking with me. I know you've been tricking me this whole time. Maybe you're ignorant of what you're doing, Mr. Pilot Man. But I know the world's flat and you're lying to me. So is every one of the other pilots that ever existed. And all the astronauts. And all the other people. There's just a lot of motherfuckers. And nobody's whistleblowing either. Just a lot of interesting folks. And that's cool, you know? That's alright. All you flat earth theorists, you're cool. I think it's just fun because it just shows how much people just don't know. You know? And I love that. I love that we can see just how much we don't know. You know? If we could be a little more humble, a little more honest, we could all just admit that we don't know shit. And that would be great. You know? You only know what you know. And that's it. Do you have complete knowledge? Well, not unless you're omniscient, you don't. Fuck, man. I mean, I ain't got no fucking super complete knowledge. I have had a ridiculous amount of experiences that did complete pictures for me. So there are things that I would say that I know. There are things that I would call rules or laws, root truths that are true. They're constants. They don't change. Now, am I willing to expand my knowing on these root truths? Absolutely, yeah. Do I say that I know every bit of the root truth? That it's, you know, I've closed all doors around it and there's no way that it could grow or evolve? No, absolutely not. That's silly. That doesn't make any sense. Of course it can grow and evolve. You know, it would be stupid of me unless being omniscient and realizing all things occurring simultaneously as I would be then be existing with them simultaneously, which I have experienced a realm that was like that reality-wise. It was a tough thing. It was like I was everywhere, and so there was nowhere to go. Where was I going to go? I was already everywhere. I didn't have any space to move. I was already in every spot. It was a scary and awful feeling, actually. It wasn't the greatest feeling. It was like, shit, I'm really trying to go somewhere, but I ain't got nowhere to go. Which is bringing up a lot of really interesting things for me right now, which is really great, because I happen to be all the way where I need to go already, constantly. Resting within the seat of perfection, always. Goodness, I really want to smoke right now. But we're gonna not have a smoke for as long as we need to find out if I'm addicted or not, and if it's good for me or not. Every time that I've started smoking again, it seemed to be good for me. Always led me to a perfect synchronicity in some way. And when I'm not smoking, I kind of keep myself away from everybody. So it's interesting, you know. But I don't like smoking marijuana. It gets me really high. And I can't really talk to people in the way in which I like to talk to people. Unless I smoke a lot of marijuana. So I got tired of doing that too. It brings a lot of people by and tired of smoking everybody out all the time. I really love those wrinkles though. It's like a lion. Wow, those are cool. Alright. Anyways, I was noticing them when my face wasn't really crinkled. I was like, whoa. That would be good for like some kind of weird animalistic movie or... Yeah. enough of that. But, so yeah, I had realized a lot of different things before, obviously resting in perfection always, and all these things, just trying to get back where we were. And not too difficult though, it'd be tough to really try to force myself there, so I just like kind of let it bring itself up. You're all racist, you're bigots, you're prejudiced. Alright, against everything. Goodness, how much you don't love yourself. I do too. Could you see yourself as perfect as it is and not wish it to change? That's a hard one. That made me want to cry when I said that. Like, really bad, that made me want to cry, because I'm just like, fuck, I'm perfect as I am, I don't need to change. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? That all of you is perfect, and that none of you needs to change. What would that do if you thought that? If you create your entire reality, and you were to just come into the belief of that, the knowing of that, what in the world would you do? And how would that be true? What if your belief really could write your reality in that way? It's tougher when you're thinking about your own body, right? Like, well, then my body should move like that, right? Well, what if it does already? Could you just observe how you were perfection? Would you even need to? Could you even just stop observing it? Could you just know so well that you are definitely perfection that you don't even need to look at it anymore? Is that possible? What would you do if everything was perfect and there was nothing to do? If it didn't need your help to be as perfect as it was, would you still help? How could you help? Did you really rest and reside there knowing that? And if you can't, what is it that stops you from being able to? What causes you to look into the world and say, no, I have to change this? And maybe you do. Maybe you can. But how? You gotta make it worse? You're gonna perpetuate it? How are you going to change it? The only way to change the world is by changing yourself first. What are you going to do? If you do change yourself first, then how do you go about changing the world? You just keep developing yourself, and that's the only way? Share what you've learned as you've learned it with whoever you're around, or whatever it does, or however it prompts you, like these videos or whatever. You have compassion for your brother, your sister, like, oh, I know what that is, let me tell you. Yeah, no, I've seen it already in myself. I know exactly what that is. Oh, you're being too quiet. Are you being too loud? You're never being too much this, too much that. But can you be loud? Can you be quiet? Can you do it? Or do you have a preference to one or the other? Why? Can you do both? Can you be versatile? Can you do it all? What can you do? Can you be happy? You decide. It's tough for me to decide. You decide. You decide. Yeah, you know, could you be? If you needed to be, you know? You decide. Mad. That was a good try. That was a good, attempt of being angry. Oh, I'm sorry. Even when I'm angry, all I can be is happy. Even when I'm sad, all I can be is happy. I don't know how I get out of being happy right now. I'm just always happy. What causes you to not be happy? Well, me personally, just me. I worry if I'm not doing enough. You know, I worry if I could be doing more. I worry if I'm in the right spot all the time, or if I'm being too lazy, if I'm not expressing myself to my fullness and helping everything to my fullness. That's what gets me going. I'm like, oh no, am I where I need to be? Or am I not? This is my friend. I'm good, how are you? Yeah, absolutely. Welcome. Good to see you. You come by yourself? Love you, sister. Woo. Super fun. Ah. I'm gonna let you go for now. I love you so much. Woo. You're perfect.